what I've learned. There is a notch. So it's right here at about 7 o'clock. By the orange mark you guys were referencing, I also have that dimple. And then right by that dimple, that's the slit. We want to line that dimple up as close as we can to that slit that's right there at about 7 o'clock. And that should have us balanced out. So that's how we're going to do it this time. Okay, here we are. I'm ready now. Tonio hanging out with you. Thanks for tuning in, tuning on. What are we doing today? We're doing the belt again on the UForce. Let's take a look at it. We're at 2,946 miles. We're going to replace the belt again simply because two things. One, I have the UForce warming up right now because it's been like once I try and put it in gear, it'll like lurch as if though I did it with the gas press and the foot off the brake. Normally when I warm it up some, that doesn't happen. Two, we changed the belt last time at about 1,500 miles, and guess where we are? We're at about 1,500 miles again. We're also going to address that issue with that little orange dot on, I believe, the primary. So let's get it done. Hopefully this puts us at an angle where it's easy for you guys to see and easy for me to work. We kind of got it over the hill a little bit. First thing is, we learned from the first time that it is so much easier to get to the belt from under the back seat on the XL. And I'm going to go ahead and take this out because most times a lot of water come out of this. This bag is essentially my recovery kit. So I should have, in theory, absolutely everything I need to fully disassemble the UForce here. Only thing that's not in that bag is the automatic tools. These are 10mm bolts, by the way. Except for where my wrench doesn't fit. That bolt doesn't seem like it's going to want to come out of there, to be perfectly honest. Okay, that bolt's not coming out of there. Where there's a wheel, there's a motherfucking way. That thing got hot too. Again, in the field, I wouldn't have had this drill. I'd have had that socket, most likely, the swivel socket, but I wouldn't have had the drill. So, you see the issue I had trying to get that off of there manually. So, that would have been really bad. Well, maybe not really bad, but you see how much easier it is to now get to the belt housing. I have to remember, I keep getting up to get tools. I have to remember, all the tools I need should be here in my bag. Okay, so I didn't have what I needed. 8mm for the bolts on the clutch housing. So I would have been out in the woods, pretty much having a very bad day. Okay, now that I've totally broken the sweat, got a little dirty, we've got all the bolts out. The most work was retrieving the ones that I dropped. Went down in there and eventually one of them fell through. Now we're going to take this dust cover off, and hopefully inside our clutch box and everything is just as clean as it was the first time we did this. You can already see it looks a little more dusty than the first time, but overall, hopefully you can see that. Not too bad. Okay, let's get down in here and take a look. So last time I took this off, I had a couple commenters talking about, excuse me, I had to sneeze. A couple commenters were talking about this orange dot. At least I'm assuming this is the one that they were talking about. Because this time, much just like last time, this dot currently is at 1 o'clock or approximately 1 o'clock. When I put this back together, I had this dot over here at approximately 9 o'clock. Okay, so it was a whole lot of a challenge for me to get to this stage. To get that secondary bolt out, I had to actually pull out the blowtorch. We've got the plug-in hammer drill. I mean, it was a bit of work to get to this point. So here we are. What you missed was I did notice there is some damage to the belt, but right now we're literally going to pull off the spring, and this is another thing. We can see it's got a little rust and stuff, looks like, or dust. But we're going to pull off the ring. This time the ring was seated in there this way. Again, I don't think it makes a difference. If RNG or somebody wants to chime in and let me know. But this time I'm going to set it down. I kind of got this sitting here like this because it was so hot. The bolt was so hot I couldn't touch it. It's still a little warm. We can see we do have a little dust down in here. But the part I'm concerned about, we're missing a big chunk of the belt there. But I still haven't seen it down inside of here. And then we'll check our bearings and stuff. It sounds a little dry, but we'll check these, and you guys will let me know how you think it sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten in my screw a little bit and go ahead and pull the belt off and see what we have. Okay, so I showed you guys firsthand. This is why I prefer to do this at home. It's never easy. I thought it would be easier the second time, but this is really not. I mean, it's not hard, but like I said, the bolt was hard to get off, and then, yeah, I just wouldn't imagine running into these problems in the field. I wouldn't have had the blowtorch. How would I have ever gotten that bolt off of there? That's what's scary to me. But I've got this stuff put back together. Last time, you guys commented on how I put the spring in. Now, I've looked at this spring, I've looked at it. Yes, it has those colors on that end. I don't really know what it means, but when I pulled it out, that's the end that was up against the clutch there. Then we have a washer. Oops, there we go. Washer and a spacer. Washer and a spacer. Okay, we put the washer on first, spacer on second, and then again the spring parts in there, and there we go. The other thing you guys commented on, did I balance my clutch back out? I did not. So what I've learned, there is a notch. The notch this time for me is right in this area here. So it's right here at about 7 o'clock. So by the orange mark you guys were referencing, I also have that dimple. And then right by that dimple, right down there, there we go. Right there by my thumb. That's the slit. It's also the slit that I can feel that I was just showing you. So basically, we want to line that dimple up as close as we can to that slit that's right there at about 7 o'clock. And that should have us balanced out. So that's how we're going to do it this time. Okay, everything seems to be back together well. We'll go ahead and start her up and see how she sounds. Please drive safely. Okay, now that I've got everything all buttoned back up, I'm gonna pull the UForce around front. We're gonna go pick up Mrs. O. We're gonna take it for a test drive and see if now that we've switched the belt, we don't have that clunk we were getting in high gear when we take off. I know it's supposed to be a little clunk, but this one seemed pretty aggressive. So we'll see if it's still there and how she runs with the new belt. Okay, I'm happy to report that there's no longer a clunk when we take off and from a stop. Well, since we've balanced our clutch, okay, that's what I'm going to call it, and put the new belt on, that clunk is gone. I'm going to try and duplicate it here in high, but I can't duplicate it anymore. Let's see. See that right there? That used to be a hardcore clunk. Now we just kind of engage and go. I was thinking because I didn't take the primary apart, that wasn't something that I needed to do. But come to find out, it was. Almost fell out the battle bus there. But thank you very much to my viewers who let me know that I needed to make sure that the primary was balanced when I put it back together. You solved the clunking problem that I had. I thought it was something that was just a nature to the UForce, but mine was extremely, extremely violent. So I hope this video helps somebody else out. Until next time, like, subscribe, comment below, and thanks for watching. I am Tony O. Peace.